So first and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yoshai, Ba'asham, Rekakodash. We say that when the apostles and elders are great moves on the rule well, our teachers to apostles and the truth, and we say salutations to the Akam and separation of truth and say Dean and the out and the constancy and the Shalom. Once again, going into a little video here, and I open with 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14, and say here, it say, be not equally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship had righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion had light with darkness? Now, I was basically talking to someone. I was showing them, one of the biggest pagan festivals coming up, and they saw a video with someone showing that Christmas, go back to paganism, it go back to certain rituals and all this sort of stuff, and they came out and they was like, we live in a world, and I take part in it, and I know what I celebrate in Christmas for and so forth. And I was explaining that you just can't be in the two. You can't be righteous and want to celebrate something wicked. You can't be good and want to do something bad. It makes no sense. It have no in between. It's rather you're for the Lord or you're not for the Lord, and that is the decision that plenty people fail to realize. If you're for God, you're for God. It have nothing. It have nothing you could that is not of the Lord, that it could bring in the Lord that you feel it could. You understand? The things of the Lord you follow. If you follow in God, the things of the Lord that you said to follow, you follow. The things you said to stay away from, you stay away from. It have no in between. You understand? It have no in between, and there is a concept among cultural blind people fail to realize that they believe everything. It have an in between to everything. You understand? It have no in between. It's life or death. Right? You say be not equally yoked together with unbelievers, and it's a straight cut to it. It say be not equally yoked with unbelievers. And say, for what fellowship had righteousness with unrighteousness? So if you know God is righteousness, so then how could you bring something unrighteous to that? If you want to be righteous, how could you be following something unrighteous? You understand? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You see, what communion had light with darkness? Right? What communion had light with darkness is light and darkness, no in between. Just light, darkness, good, bad. Is a decision you choose to make. If you taking part in it, they can't say you're righteous. You're unrighteous. And I go back to the scripture here. This is John 3. Go to 3. What should you want? 3 verse 19. This is John chapter 3 verse 19. It says, and this is a condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light. And that is basically what it is. They choose darkness over the light. It's because why? The traditions, the things they uphold is basically evil. But there is something they choose, right? Because why? It pleasurable to them. They find pleasure and they keep on doing it and so forth. So that is why they can make statements like, I know why I'm celebrating it for, and so on, and that is basically that is just you saying you love darkness rather than light, because you saw the truth. You see the videos where they're showing it, hey, this is paganism, just go back to paganism, this has nothing to do with the Lord and so forth. But your decision is that you still go and celebrate it, you still go and take part in it. You understand? And the way how they put it across was like, nah, I'm not celebrating it. I just, a day, so we just I know what I'm doing and so forth. You're celebrating it. Once you're taking part in it, you're celebrating and worshiping whatever it is. It go back to whatever pagan god it go back to. That once you're in it, once you Christmas tree giving up this thing, that whatever it is, you're in it. You're in it. You're celebrating it because you're taking part in it. That we say be not equally yoked with unbelievers. The scripture say, and this is on John 3 verse 19 say, and this is a condemnation, that light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's the same way. If somebody is killing someone, right? Let me just say somebody is a murderer. You wouldn't make a statement saying, yeah, well, he doing this and I not killing, so I could just jump into it. I could follow him. It makes no sense. Then you encourage and you're taking part in whatever it is going on. So you taking part in evil. So it's just show it because it's scripture say, because their deeds were evil, and they show it. No matter if you see, you try to put it in whatever context, you try to put it across, you try to make it sound nicer than where it seemed to be. You choose that. You choose wickedness, you choose darkness. Right? Why? Because you say, because their deeds were evil. You say, for everyone that doeth evil hated the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. And that is something that Jake on the whole don't want. They don't want to be reproved. They don't want to be corrected. So seeing all this should coming out, because hey, you're seeing so much of information coming out recently, where so much of videos, so much of things showing people that hey, the things that they take part in is really wickedness. But the reason why they don't want to change is because why? They don't want to be reproved. And at the end of the day, they delight in doing wickedness. They delight in doing evil. So they would not change. They wouldn't make that decision to stop that. So you say, for everyone that do it evil hated the light, and that is the thing. They hate the light. They hate the good. And they love the evil. Right? I say neither come unto the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. They say, but he that do it should come into the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God. So yeah, at the end of the day, we come to the light, they have to be reproved. But this is something they don't want to, the wicked don't want. They don't want to reprove. They don't want to be corrected and so forth. That is why they come and say, it's their own opinions, and that is just what I think about it, so this is what I do. Yeah, at the end of the day, because why? They delight in evil, and because the deeds were evil, they love the wicked, they love that. They love to be in that. Right? It's so we mark 2 Corinthians 6:14. It say, be not equally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship had righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion had light with darkness? It say, and what concord had Mashiach with Belial, or what part had he that believeth with an infidel? And that's the thing, the two can mix. You can't mix the two. You cannot mix the two. You can't mix the Lord, right, with wickedness. You can't mix the Lord with other gods. It just don't make sense. You understand? It just don't make sense. There is the decision you make. You serve the Lord or you serve other gods. You see, and what agreement had the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God, as God had said, I dwell in them and walk in them. I will be their God, and they shall be my people. So they say, wherefore come out from among them and be separate, said the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. So it's straight as it could be. You can't want to know that this particular thing is evil's wickedness, and you want to serve the Lord. No. It's straight as you can't mix that righteousness with unrighteousness. It have no in between. You understand? And basically you're seeing where people mindset is. It is their decision for the Lord is weak. They talk about the Lord, but their full decisions, their full mindset is on evil and on wickedness. You understand? I'm going to jump to our next scripture, Psalms 1 verse 1. It says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitting in the seat of the scornful. So it be telling it straight out. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. So you can never say you want to do this and consider yourself godly. You know, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Right? It literally makes no sense. And it's straight to the point. It's straight to the point. Right? It's rather you choose good or you choose evil. No in between. It's rather you choose the Lord or you choose some other God. And majority of these people, they choose other gods. But the scripture says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord. And when you go into the Lord tell him not to take part in these things. And his law doth he meditate day and night. So blessed is that man. You understand? Blessed is that person. So with that we give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakodash. We said that our apostles and elders are great missionaries well. Our teachers are apostles in the truth, and we say salutations. So they are coming to preach on the truth and say day in and day out. You know, constantly season by season we say Shalom.